any half-awake materialist well knows. That which you hold, holds you, says Tom Robbins. Many people believe the secret to financial freedom is earning more money. Unfortunately, when they begin to make more money without spending restraints in place, they just spend more money. Needless to say, the reverse is probably more true. The real secret to financial freedom is spending less. Philosophy of simpler living says, if you live a life that accumulates less stuff, you will spend less. Well, you know what they say. The more stuff you own, the more your stuff owns you. Ancient knowledge says, a simple, minimal lifestyle has benefits for all. And today in this video, we will see a collection of guiding principles that define philosophy of minimalism. These principles are transferable to anyone's life, and we are confident that taken to heart, they will help you declutter your home and life. There can be many reasons why you may be watching this video, and if you desire and interested in pursuing a simple lifestyle, no matter what your state of mind while watching this video, these guiding principles of simplicity and minimalism will benefit you immensely. The first guiding principle of simpler living and minimalism says, be convinced. There is a famous saying, you can't have everything. Where would you put it? Before any of us can simplify our homes and lives, we must be convinced that the lifestyle is worth our effort. To accomplish this task, we have listed some important benefits of living a minimal lifestyle. First benefit, spend less. One benefit of living simply is the simple reality that it costs less. As you accumulate fewer things, you spend less money. Second benefit, less stress. Minimalist writer Leo Babauta of Zen Habits reminds us that a minimalist home is less stressful. According to Babauta, clutter is a form of visual distraction, and everything in our vision pulls at our attention at least a little. The less clutter, the less visual stress we have in our environments. For example, let's compare two rooms, one that is clear, minimal, and one that is cluttered. Look at each of them separately. What is your internal emotional response? Doesn't the clear one bring about a calming effect, while the cluttered counter arouses emotions of distraction or anxiety? See, it's true. A simple, minimalist home is less stressful. Third benefit, be more productive. Our possessions consume our time. Whether we are cleaning them, organizing them, buying them, or selling them, the more we own, the more time they rob from our lives. Take shopping, for example. The average American spends nearly 12 hours every month shopping. Now, while it is impossible to completely remove shopping from our schedules, one benefit of living simply is the opportunity to live a more productive life. By the plain fact that we spend less time shopping, add in the time we spend cleaning, sorting, and organizing our stuff once we get it in our homes, and we're beginning to talk about a significant chunk of time. Philosophy of simpler living says we only get one chance to live this life. We should be wise to make it as productive as possible. Fourth benefit, own higher quality things. This is most unexpected benefit of minimalism. Combine owning fewer things and owning nicer things in your mind. Both go hand in hand and are directly related. When we made a commitment to buy fewer things, we opened up our lives to the opportunity of owning nicer things. Take your wardrobe, for example. If you are like most, you may have 25 mediocre shirts hanging in your closet, even though you really only wear 10 of them and truly love even less. Thus, minimalism says a much more sensible approach is to have 10 shirts that you truly love hanging in your closet rather than 25 that you just kind of like. Based on the budgetary reality that we only have a certain amount of money that we can spend on clothes, you can either purchase 20 shirts at $20 each or 10 at $40 each. In this way, a minimalist lifestyle allows you to purchase higher quality items. Remember, more is not better, better is better. Many people get nervous when they hear the term minimalist. For them, it conjures up images of destitution, barren walls, and empty rooms. Rightly so, they decide that is no way to enjoy life. Believe me, I agree. That is no way to enjoy your life. That is why second guiding principle talks about rational minimalism. In rational minimalism, we don't make drastic changes. Instead, we will intentionally promote the things we most value. The heart of rational minimalism can be summed up in this phrase. It is the intentional promotion of the things we most value and the removal of anything that distracts us from it. This promotion can be seen in how we spend our time, the artwork that we display, and even the clothes that we wear. A rational minimalist removes all clutter from his life. This process began with physical items, as you move from room to room selling, donating, and recycling everything that you no longer use. As you do, you realize that simplicity and order brings freedom, joy, and balance. Ultimately, your home will begin to give life and energy rather than drain it. In rational minimalism, you will use your money for things more valuable than physical possessions. When you chose freedom from material possessions, you broke the control that consumer-driven, capitalistic society has had over us. Suddenly, you will be free to use your finances to pursue endeavors far greater than those offered at your local department store. When we talk to runners about their accomplishment and the daunting task that it must have been to run 30 miles, they usually tell us the same thing. You don't run 30 miles first time out. You start with a small, manageable distance and build your way up. With this picture in mind, you can begin Simplify Your Life Marathon. And this is our third guiding principle. Jump right in. Start small. Gain some quick victories. And let victory breed victory. The easiest way to simplifying any room is, as reasonably as possible, remove every item from the space. Physically touching each item provides your mind adequate room to focus. Then, sort each item into one of three categories: keep, move, or discard. First, items to be kept should be returned to their home in an organized manner, with the less used items in the back and frequently used items in the front. Second, items to be moved should be moved to their new home immediately. Sometimes, these items will just be returned. And third, items to be discarded should be sorted as you see fit to be removed completely from your home. You can sold, donate, recycle, or thrown away these items. Remember, these simple steps hold true for any space you choose to simplify. If you just split whole rooms into smaller parts, a general rule of thumb to guide you is, if it isn't essential, remove it. Once the clutter has been removed, we must ensure that it does not return. That is why our fourth guiding principle in decluttering your home and life is Stop the trend of consumerism in your life. Charles Spurgeon famously says, "You say, if I had a little more, I should be very satisfied. You make a mistake. If you are not content with what you have, you would not be satisfied if it were doubled." Here are some practical tips to help decrease the influence of consumerism in our daily life. Minimalism says, the more we decrease influence of consumerism, the easier it is to control our spending. Realized possessions do not equal joy. However, the unfortunate truth is, we have equated possessions with joy for so long that even when the evidence is right in front of our faces, we don't recognize it. Understand the downside of consumerism. In a consumerist market, it is in the interest of producers that the consumer's needs and desires never be completely or permanently fulfilled, so the consumer can repeat the consumption process and purchase more products. Needless to say, this can be accomplished with made-to-break products by continuously changing the trends of the market, that is, fashion trends, by employing class envy or encouraging individuals to purchase above their means. Consumerist societies are more prone to damage the environment and use up resources at a higher rate than other societies. This brings us to our fifth guiding principle in achieving simplify living: persevere. When you begin the decluttering process in your home, you will feel excited and energized. You will gain small victories, and they will compel you to set even loftier goals. They will mold you, shape you, and motivate you. Then you'll finish, and the difficult task of keeping your home clutter-free will set in. Your energy will no longer be set by the goal of decluttering one more room. Instead, you will learn to persevere. Here are a few tips to help you persevere in your clutter-free lifestyle. You must focus. Buy things for their usefulness rather than their status. Minimalism says, stop trying to impress others with your stuff and start trying to impress them with your life. Reject anything that is producing an addiction in you. Refuse to be a slave to anything. For example, cigarettes, soda, television, chocolate, alcohol, and so on. Develop a habit of giving things away. Most of us could get rid of half of our possessions without any serious sacrifice. Refuse to be propagandized by modern gadgetry. Technology doesn't always make your life simpler. As a matter of fact, most of the time, it just makes your life more cluttered. And finally, learn to enjoy things without owning them. Minimalism says, ownership is nothing, access is everything. For example, visit a library instead of buying books. Remember, particular practice of minimalism is going to look different from anyone else. It must. After all, you live a different life than anyone else. Thus, you must find a style of minimalism that works for you, one that is not cumbersome, but freeing based on your values, desires, passions, and rational thinking. Be aware that your definition will not come overnight. It will take time. It will evolve, even change drastically as your life changes. It will require give and take. You will make a few mistakes along the way, and thus, it will also require humility. Lastly, philosophy of minimalism says, you will not have it all figured out when you begin simplifying your home. That's okay. Realize that you can't figure it out until you actually begin the process of simplification. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for for more empowering content. And if our content has inspired you, consider supporting our channel by becoming a member or giving super. Your contributions enable us to keep delivering valuable and uplifting content. Thanks for watching.